Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the Rave Green TV YouTube channel. And today we got the best video ever, I think. Every single year from about age 11, 12, 13, all the way till I probably turned around like 19, 20 years old. I looked forward to this day every single year. It is the day when the EAFC, formerly known as FIFA for pretty much everybody at this point. If you weren't playing FIFA before it became EAFC, I don't know. I don't know what to say to you, I guess. We got the ratings release for the Seattle Sounders FC players. And listen, this is literally the holy grail of ball knowledge. I derive all of my Sounders, let alone footballing opinions from this game. I do not have thoughts of my own. I have a fish brain. This game is what gives me my ball knowledge. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's take a look at the Seattle Sounders FC player rating. Let me just give you some backstory with some of the RGTV crew, okay? Me and Cheyenne back in the day, back in the good old FIFA 18, FIFA 17 days, we used to play on a pro clubs team, okay? It was definitely professional because the Instagram page said it was professional, and I have no other reason to not believe him. So me and Sean played in a professional pro clubs league, and then me and Jaros also played on the same pro clubs team. So listen, I've been playing this game for a minute, okay? I've been out of the ultimate team picture for quite a bit, probably since like FIFA 2023, I think was the last time I played ultimate team, but I still nonetheless you got to check the ratings, right? Who doesn't check these ratings and immediately like base their ball knowledge off of these ratings? If you don't do that, then you don't know ball. But nonetheless, okay, I want to make a few predictions here. Obviously, for anyone who plays FIFA, you know there's 6 main categories on the card, okay? You got pace, you got shooting, you got passing, you got dribbling, defending, and physical. And I want to see how well do I know my boys. I have not peeked at the ratings. I had to scroll down and stuff through the cards to make sure the thing lined up, but I have not actually looked at and seen like the individual player ratings yet. I want to make predictions on each stat and see how well I know the boys. I want to see how well I know my team. Can I get every single stat right? Who's got the highest pace, shooting, dribbling, defending, physical, passing? We're gonna attempt to predict that now. So, without further ado, these are all my predictions. Okay, we'll start with pace. I think the leader in pace. Because I've played FIFA before, and I can't see his card changing much. I think the leader in pace is going to be Ryan Kent. Whether or not I agree with that, I mean, he's definitely up there for sure on the team, but I don't know if I'd say he's the fastest. Like, I think stride for stride, like, Nuhu probably keeps up with him. Morris is pretty quick, of course, but I'm gonna guess Ryan Kent's the fastest. Um, when it comes to dribbling, I think it'll also be Ryan Kent because, I mean, look at the dude's feet. He's got the best, cleanest touches on the team. I think it's gonna be Ryan Kent for dribbling too. Defending, and I'm gonna lump this in defending and physical. We already know it's got to be Yamar, right? I can't see a case for anybody else having a higher defending. Maybe Nuhu has a higher physical. Maybe when you combine like everything, aggression, especially jumping, strength. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. You know what? I'm gonna go Yamar. I bet Yamar has the highest physical. Yamar has the highest defending. I think passing's gonna be that's gotta be Rusnak, right? I'm gonna go with Rusnak for passing, and then shooting. I'm not gonna go with any of our strikers for shooting. I don't think our strikers will have very high shooting. To be honest with you, I know Morris' shooting's not very high. Ferreira's can't be that high. I'm gonna go with Rusnak also for shooting. I'm gonna go final prediction. Kent for pace and dribbling. For shooting and passing, I'm going Rusnak, and defending and physical, Yamar. That's my prediction. Now let's get straight into it, okay? Let's get right into these ratings, and let's go. We got to get a reveal here, okay? Who do we think the highest rated player is going to be? Okay. Now, me personally, I think it should be Yamar, but I would not be surprised if it was Ryan Kent just because he was pretty high rated in, kind of by Seattle Sounders standards, pretty high rated just on the game in general. So maybe he could be that high. But I'm gonna go with Yamar. I'm gonna go with Yamar or Christian, I think, to be the highest. Okay. Oh, it's Ryan Kent. tied with Albert Rusnak, tied with Yamar. Okay, and that's the top three. That's the top three. Okay. Ryan Kent, the highest. I mean, listen, I I'm a die-hard Ryan Kent enjoyer. Absolutely. I think he's a fantastic, talented individual. But the highest on the team, brother, we haven't seen enough Ryan Kent complete ball in the last, almost 2 years. So I don't know about that. Rusnak being, I'm not surprised Rusnak's tied for first. Me personally, not the best player on the team, in my opinion. But with the statistical season that he had, I'm absolutely not surprised. But we did get one thing right. Yamar is tied for first, and it looks like he got an upgrade, I think. If I remember correctly, last year he was a 74 silver card. So Yamar gets the upgrade. Take a look at the stats here. Ryan Kent, 89 pace, 80 dribbling. Okay, so I think that's valid. I think that's 100% valid. Ryan Kent's rapid. Ryan Kent's got good feet. He so far beats Albert Rusnak. Okay, so that's pretty good. Albert Rusnak though, 74 shooting and 75 passing. So we're on a good start. Those are some good stats for Albert there. 73 pace for Albert. That's kind of crazy, dude. I mean, bro barely runs. I gotta be honest with you, man. Albert in his full sprint looks like when a toddler steals candy from a candy store and tries to run. That's what Albert reminds me of when he goes into a full sprint. That's kind of crazy. But nonetheless, we move on. The next set of players, we got Christian Roldan, Pedro de la Vega. Um, Christian got downgraded, I think. What? Wait. Am I dumb? Am I dumb? Did he get downgraded from last year? It won't let me go to generations for some reason, but I think Christian got downgraded. What, brother? What? Christian Roldan deserves to be like at least tied with Yamar Rusnak. Me personally, I don't think Ryan Kent should be a 75. I think he should be along the likes of like a Ferreira, Pedro, kind of 72 to 74. Because the thing is like the ratings are weird, right? So they're not actually like they don't really completely line up with how good the players are. Shocking, right? I know. But with the way the game works, like Ryan Kent hasn't done a whole lot in the last 2 years. So typically they slightly bump down the ratings a bit. So I think he probably should be around like the 73, 72, 74 mark if that's how we're judging it. But realistically, talent-wise, Ryan Kent could be up there. I would have absolutely no problems with it, but I don't know about all that, man. I think it would be Yamar. Me personally, Yamar and Christian would be the highest rated on the team for me. Then you can fall guys like Pedro, Rusnak, and then after that. So Pedro de la Vega. So he stays the same, I believe, which is kind of valid. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with Pedro staying the same. Injury riddled year, couldn't really do much with it this year. Had injuries in the beginning, but he's starting to turn the corner a bit. But he hasn't done it for a full season, so I'm cool with him staying the same. I'm cool with it. Then we got Jesus Ferreira 72, Jordan Morris 72, Steph Fry 72. I gotta be honest, I got no real issues with these ratings. By the way, I got no real issues with them so far. I will say though, Jordan Morris 79 pace. That's kind of crazy. Like that is that not kind of crazy? 79 like I've seen I'm sorry. Okay, Pedro de la Vega, not a slow player at all, right? Two pace ratings faster than Morris. I've seen both sprint. I've seen both sprint full speed, bro. Jordan Morris is faster than Pedro de la Vega. Like that's kind of crazy to me. Okay. And like I don't know. The fact that Morris and Rusnak are both in the 70s. Have you seen these guys sprint, bro? And also, Yamar 63 kind of feels like Yamar and Rusnak race. Are you sure that Albert Rusnak's beating Yamar in a foot race? Because to me, I'm taking Yamar in the foot race. Maybe I'm blind, but me personally, I'm taking Yamar in that foot race all day. These pace ratings kind of they're not making sense to me. Okay, now we got the next set of ratings. We got Nuhu, Jackson Reagan, and Alex Roldan. By the way, if I could mention Steph Fry a little bit. 72 for Steph Fry, like feels like off the back of last season, especially in the playoffs, could have been higher. But after the back of this season, I feel like 72 is kind of about right now. But you would like to see, we're going to get on him later because his ratings are much lower. Andrew Thomas needs to be up in the 70s. Needs to be up in the 70s. I hope that gets updated. I know that they used to have like winter refresh upgrades and stuff like that. That's got to be changed. All right. So up next we got New Who, Jackson Reagan, Alex Roldan, JP. Oh, oh, Unk. Oh, Unk. No. Bro, JP used to be like a 76. He was like a 76 last FIFA. Now he's a 70, man. And they took like 15 pay. Oh, bro. Oh, it's so over for Unk, man. Shout, shout out JP, man. What a legend. But damn, dude. Damn. Okay. Moving on. And now we got the first, in my opinion, like absolute stinkers. Okay, we got the first absolute stinkers, in my opinion. First of all, Oped Vargas a 69 overall. First of all, nice rating. Okay. Secondly, Oped Vargas less than JP. Have we not watched the last year and a half, brother? What are we watching? Oped Vargas has been fantastic. Oped Vargas should be up there in like the 74s. That's probably as low as I'd go, 73, 74. That's 69 is a really bad rating. Wow. That's crazy. Okay. And then Paul Rothrock at 65. Like, I can't get behind that either. I mean, I'm the certified Paul Rothrock hater according to everybody. So, and even I'm saying 65 overall. That he should kind of just be where Paul Areola is, to be honest with you. I mean, Paul hasn't played in a bit. Rothrock's been, you know, doing very solid. Rothrock should be, but that okay. Wait a second. Okay, Rothrock 65 overall. That's low, right? But I feel like it gets made up here. 82 pace. 82 pace. Brother, what are we watching, man? No, no, no. Paul Rothrock is faster. Paul Rothrock is faster than Jordan Morris. What are we talking? If they raced 100 times, Jordan Morris beats him 100 times. That might be the most diabolical rating, bro. Say what you want about Paul Rothrock. Absolutely, like gritty, hard nosed, hard working player, smart, cerebral player, got a bit of technical ability. This is probably the one thing he's worst at is his athletic ability. He's not really athletic. So 82 pace, that that's yeah, okay, man. That's kind of crazy. And moving on. Okay, also shout out to the GOAT, Unk Kim Ki Hee, holding it down, 68 overall. I think that's about right, backup center back. That's pretty good to me. And then we got okay, you know what? Some of you aren't gonna like this, and I listen. I get it, right? I get it. Kalani Kosa 63. In my opinion, should be higher. He's more like a 66, 67 kind of player, right? But I'm surprised that they don't have bro at like a 52 overall or something disrespectful like that, because they'd be doing that to some of these guys, man. I mean, case in point. Wow, wow. This might just be the worst rating on the list. Andrew Thomas is 61. Now, granted, okay, you got to cut him some slack because maybe they weren't taking him to the recent account of the last couple months. But man, Andrew Thomas is 61. That's unbelievable. He's a 70. He's a 70, if not higher. That you can't do. Georgie Monongu. Oh God, 62. 62. What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? Why is Georgie not right up here where Rothrock is? Where Kim is? This is where Georgie belongs for now. And that's only going to grow. That's only going to get better. At 62, I'm tweaking, man. I'm absolutely tweaking. Okay, listen, the shooting stats, he did have that banger. I will give him that. He did have that banger. I get it. Like, the stats signal to like a raw, talented dribbler that Georgie is, but everything but pace needs a bit of a bump up. This is unacceptable. And then we got the end of the squad, guys. Reed Baker Whiting, I think, should be a few points higher, maybe even a silver. I don't agree with that. Cody Baker should probably be the rating that Reed Baker Whiting is. That's a bit low. Leo, Travion, Jacob, you can't really say much about him. Stewart has the talent to be higher, but still a kid, hasn't played much. And that's that. These are the Seattle Sounders FC ratings. Also need to talk about the Moose, man. The Moose. Here's the thing. Before the season started at 63, in my opinion, too fucking high. Too high. Okay, but after what we've seen this year with the Moose, the Moosinator, 63 is too low. 63, you got to bring that up a bit too, man. We need a bit of a ratings refresh, and the game hasn't even come out yet. That's kind of crazy, bro. Okay, man. All in all, I will say like most of them are pretty accurate, give or take, but there's some bad ones, man. Let's just get it right. First of all, Morris 79 pace, kind of. Here's the thing: you need to either upgrade Morris to like 85 plus pace, or you need to downgrade some dudes significantly. Like Rusnak's pace needs to be lower. Uh, I mean, if Morris is 79, De La Vega's pace needs to be lower. Um, Rothrock's pace, dear God, needs to be lower. Um, anyways, so most of the ratings are decent. I will say like Rothrock's got to go up. Obed Vargas, that's a disgusting rating. 69 is not a good rating for bro. Nice rating in general, but no. Okay, needs to be at least in that very like high tier of silver players. That'd be a 74, 73. But man, these two might be some of the worst for me, especially Andrew Thomas. This has to be better. Has to be better. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go, let's take a look and see. I've been kind of just glancing at everybody. Let's take a look at my predictions and see if they're right. Okay. So for pace, I predicted Ryan Kent. Let's just take a look here. We got Georgia 88. So I think Ryan Kent had an 89. So I think Ryan Kent's higher. He should be the highest, yeah. Okay, so Ryan Kent's the highest when it comes to pace. All right, shooting, we said Albert Rusnak. Okay, Rusnak's got a 74. So far, that's the highest. De La Vega, a 73. Wow. Okay. And this is what I told you. Like the strikers, dude, they're not gonna give him that high shooting. Like Jordan Morris, I've played these games before. Jesus Ferreira 70 shooting. Ferreira's finishing ability and his defensive ability might need to be swapped. I gotta be so honest with you right now. They might have to be swapped here. Okay. Anyways, I think that's gotta be the highest shooting, right? Okay. We're 2 for 2 so far. All right, passing. I've also predicted Albert Rusnak. Did we get that right? Keep scrolling up. 70. I see a 70. Who was that? Jao Paulo. JP. Okay, bro. Real quick. JP can cut his legs off, sure, but his passing needs to be up. JP, he ain't gonna lose that. JP is never gonna lose that. He'll lose his physical ability, his that's gonna go away, But his passing class, you know what they say: form is temporary, class is forever. He'll always have class passing ability, so that's a disrespectful rating in my opinion. Ferreira 69, nice. Yeah, I feel like that. Rusnak's first in pace. I feel like that was a bit easy. Okay. Now dribbling, we got Ryan Kent, and I think that one's also going to be right too. He's got 80. This kind of is cheating a bit because I mean most of us kind of knew Ryan Kent from FIFA. We already knew bro was like that in FIFA when it comes to dribbling. So Ryan Kent 80, and I think that's going to crush everybody. To be honest with you, yeah. All right, and then we got defensive ability. Okay, so I picked Yamar. 74. That's nuts. Bro, a 74. That's lower than his actual rating as a fucking center back. What? Bro, what are we talking about? Okay, it should be the highest, but that's a really kind of crazy rating. Okay, Christian Roldan's 71. Listen, bro, Roldan's the GOAT, right? That's, by the way, if you're building a budget MLS team, Roldan's your center mid. Look at this 77 pace, just almost 70s across the board. That's so well rounded. But the fact that he's only 3 off of Yamar, two-time MLS Best 11, Defensive Player of the Year, runner-up multiple times, should have won it last year. Kind of disrespectful to Yamar, bro. I got to be honest with you. But Yamar looks to be also the highest. So now we got one more physical ability, which is also Yamar. I feel like these categories were kind of easy to predict a little bit, but Yamar 85, Roldan 79, Morris 80. I feel like you knew who's the only one that could beat him, and he's at an 80. Reagan 81. That, I mean, by the way, Reagan's pace, that might be a little bit too high. 48 pace might be generous, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. And would you look at that? Yamar is the highest physical. I got all my predictions right. Clap it up for me, ladies and gentlemen. My ball knowledge is supreme. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll be it. That'll be it for this video. Long kind of video, but I had fun. I hope you guys had fun too. And now that we've gone through the Seattle Sounders player ratings, we all know ball now. We all absolutely have the supreme ideal ball knowledge looking at these players' statistics. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys had a fantastic time watching the video. Throw a thumbs up on the video if you have not already. Subscribe if you have not already. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you later.